We're Team 50. So today we will be presenting to you our research project, which is on securing the home IoT environment. We'll explore today what a smart home is, the security threats facing a connected home, an overview of current countermeasures and its challenges, and finally, our proposed research approach. A home is one of our greatest investments, where our personal and confidential information reside. A smart home residence is equipped with a network controller that links sensors and appliances to remotely access and control. Smart home typically provides automated services through an interface. Our ability to do remote monitoring, save energy, and ensure safety is accelerating the adoption of home IoT devices. Now that we understand what a smart home is, let us have a look into the security threats facing a modern connected home. IoT devices of today lack the ability to have firmware updates. Coupled with the hard-coded weak passwords and limited encryption ability, IoT devices do not have robust security mechanisms. Furthermore, weak network services and various transmission technologies create the several security exploits that are well known in IoT systems. Here, we provide some accessible examples of high-profile security exploits. NBC News in 2019 reported how a baby monitor was hacked by a malicious actor. In 2020, the Australian Computer Society reported how connected coffee makers can be held hostage. All these examples highlight the security exploits of IoT systems, and it is still a promising area of immense research and development. Now, let us evaluate the presently known security attacks. In this taxonomy, we segregate the attacks on the basis of the IoT stack layers. We then highlight the severity of each attack. Finally, we note that the scope of a home network manager includes defending against attacks in the home, that is, the perceptual and network layer. Certain attacks, such as physical damage and node tampering, falls outside the scope of a network management. Hence, our research topic attempts to explore methods in securing the home IoT network against these in-scope attacks. Now that we have seen the specific threats facing a connected smart home, let me invite Ishwari to walk us through the current countermeasures and onwards.
Thank you, Christopher. As we can see, for the security threats facing our connected homes, several countermeasures exist. One of the network layer, authentication and encryption ensures identity and access control. Firmware updates to address vulnerabilities help to implement the security lifeline plan and frequency hopping and intrusion detection in a router to ensure continuity of secured communication. Despite present countermeasures, several challenges exist. Several IoT devices still have hardcore weaknesses. Common encryption and authentication protocols are power hungry for IoT devices. Privacy is still a critical area of home safety, despite the use of encryption scheme. Denial of service, especially through the use of bottleneck, still exists as a major IoT vulnerability. With respect to the challenges, let's see our proposed approach and the associated techniques. Our approach focuses on three major challenges of a home IoT system: eavesdropping and modification, denial of service attack, and limited computation. Eavesdropping and modification is prevented by using ECC, and SDN mitigates denial of service attacks. Both SDN and ECC can be integrated, where SDN is implemented on network layer and ECC is implemented on data link layer. So let's explore SDN. SDN technology enables dynamic and efficient network configuration in order to improve performance and monitoring. The main objective of SDN is to separate the control plane from the data plane and manages the network traffic, carry out decision making by SDC controller, manages series of routers and switches that forwards the packet of traffic. The second technique used is the elliptic curve cryptography or ECC encryption scheme. ECC is an alternative, computationally efficient, and a strong way to protect the network from attacks. Security depends on the difficulty of elliptic curve discrete logarithmic problem. ECC adopts scalar multiplication, which is computationally efficient yet complex enough to form a formidable trapdoor function. Now let's see how ECC is helpful in meeting the challenges of a connected home. The elliptic curve Diffie-Hellman protocol is used for key sharing over an insecure channel between an IoT device and the hub, and it is computationally infeasible for the ordinary adversaries to get this secret key and execute a man-in-the-middle interception. The elliptic curve digital signature can be used for authentication and verification of packets. ECC also prevents man-in-the-middle attack through mutual authentication between the device and the hub. This way, adversary cannot modify the messages even if they might have intercepted the channel. Hence, ECC stops man-in-the-middle attack, involves modification, eavesdropping, and RFID spoofing. Now, I would like to hand over to Naman to take us through the rest of the presentation.
Thank you, Ishwari. ECC is a lightweight cryptographic algorithm. The security level given by RSA with 1024-bit key can be achieved with 163-bit key by ECC. The key size ratio is 1:7. Therefore, it is well suited for resource-constrained devices with limited computational power like smart cards, mobile devices, etc. Now that we have a look into ECC, let's see how SDN aids in meeting the challenges of denial of service attacks. DOS attacks occur when the attacker generates fake route requests by sending fake data packets. When fake data packets are received, then open flow switches send packet in messages to the controller. Controller responds by sending flow add messages back to the switches. Since the number of control messages is directly proportional to the controller's CPU utilization, it decreases the controller's request handling capacity. Parallel flow installation will be used to reduce the number of control messages. This is done by converting SDN controller behavior from linear flow to parallel flow rule installation. In this method, a single packet in message from one switch is sufficient to install flow rules on all switches included in the path. The controller sends flow add messages to all switches that lie on the path between the source and the destination. This will lead to the reduction of open flow messages, which will in turn lead to reduced processing. We can see that under linear flow, more packet in message and flow add messages are sent and received, whereas for parallel flow, much fewer packet in and flow add messages are exchanged. Therefore, SDN parallel flow helps during a DOS attack by tackling network congestion and reducing the use of computational resources. Our proposed method of hybrid system consisting of SDN and ECC prevents these major threats and tackles common challenges involving CPU utilization and privacy leaks. We also note that traditional frequency hopping strategies by the IoT hub can help to solve the node jamming attacks. Finally, in this slide, we have also provided the references of the images we have sourced during the creation of this recording. From Team 50, we would like to thank everyone for staying tuned with us.